Hello tech skiers, welcome back to the series of Germany Job Seeker Visa-Episode 2. As you know, Germany has always been known for being a technological and innovation powerhouse. It's Europe's leading economy and home to worldwide known companies like VW, BMW, Siemens, Allianz, and many great startups, which makes Germany one of the most innovative and competitive countries in the world, which is the reason why there are a lot of tech opportunities, but it doesn't mean it's easy to get them even though holding the job seeker visa. I also really understand looking for the first tech job in such a powerful country like Germany can be doubting due to many things such as the nature of labor laws, hiring practices, etc, etc. So in this video, I will cover 6 tips of what to do after you get your job seeker visa to help you to ease your job search and get a job within 6 months, of which is the validity time of the visa before it expires. Welcome back to the Tech Skill Mastery, your channel, my channel, with Ben, the tech content creator based here in Dublin, Ireland. My goal with this channel is to provide tech career resource whereby I'll be sharing streams, knowledge, in-ops, leadership, and lifestyle in tech so that we'll be able to scale in the tech world without limitations or boundaries. How has the coronavirus crisis changed the picture of international job seekers? The answer that I have for you is coronavirus is transforming the entire economy in Germany and across the world in the space of digital transformation. And clearly businesses, companies desperately still very keen, to attract the best international talent, mostly in the ICT and software engineering, which this channel concentrates on. So what I know and like about Germany is that it has a flourishing economy and very low levels of unemployment. So without wasting much of the time, let's dive in the tips to make most out of the job seeker visa. Tip number 1, start to build the perfect cover letter for German market. The cover letter is a very important part of the job application in Germany, if not the most important part. If your cover letter doesn't shine, the future employer will look no further and discard your application. You must take your cover letter as seriously as they do. Another thing, please make sure your cover letter for each and every job position that you're applying to. So German market is different when it comes to cover letters. In most other countries, they basically no relevance. In Germany, however, a cover letter may be even more important than your CV. A cover letter is a formal letter. Remember that many recruiters and HR managers in Germany pay particular attention to the way you write a cover letter. It is important to take this serious. The hiring person will consider your ability to focus on details, to formulate complex circumstances of your career path straight to the point, and will check your knowledge of formal norms as well as your sense of good taste, not a joke. So a cover letter in German is never longer than 1 page. Keep it short and simple. That's KISS method. A simple skeleton at high level, which I normally use while building a cover letter. What I'm applying for, what drives me, and what I want to contribute, where I'm coming from in terms of experience, what my strengths are, and then I put the conclusion. Lastly, about cover letter, don't forget to customize the beginning of your cover letter to strongly indicate your motivation about the company you're applying to. Tip number 2, start to build the perfect CV for German market. Writing a German CV is not a rocket science. You just need to keep it in mind that every country or continent has its taste when it comes to structure and content, So German HR departments, prefer the KISS method. As I indicated, keep it short and simple. When creating your German CV, it is important to structure it, in a way that it appears attractive to the eye of the reader. Make your resume easy to look through. Recruiters usually don't take more than 7 to 12 seconds, to check if the candidate matches the job requirements. That's the awful truth, So remember that the CV is your very own marketing tool, which is supposed to show off your skills and experience at first glance. Think of the brochure of your professional life. While in Germany, the usual length of a CV is mostly to cover one page only. Use a standard CV template so that the ATS can pass it but maintain the important content. Make sure not to exceed 2 pages. Use the same font and font size. Don't get crazy with bold and italic fonts. Remember, kids, keep it short and simple. Also note that a full video about how to build German resume cover letter is coming soon. Watch the space where I'll be sharing my simple cover letter and CV resume that I drafted when I secured a job in the tech a while back in Africa. Tip number 3. What you need to keep in mind to have a successful job interview in German. First point, arrive early. In German, arriving on time means arriving early, which is very important for job interviews, whether it's on site or it's virtual Zoom interview. Arrive at least 10 minutes before the interview time, if not more, because time is an important part of German culture. Another point, keep eye contact like this. Eye contact is very different among different cultures, and in German it's one of the most important ways to show respect. So respect in general is an integral part of German culture. So no matter who you speak with at the interview, address them with eye contact. Remember. So another point, research the company. This point I would say it applies to any job interview in the world, but it is especially important for German. The German job market is highly competitive. So as an applicant, you need to cover all, the bases in order to stand out and prove that you are the best candidate. Another point, prepare questions. Always, prepare a few questions to discuss with the interview. This can come from the research or come up during the interview. In either case, they show that you are interested in the position because you want to understand all the details. Common topics to ask questions include like the benefit, the holiday, the sick leave, the bonuses, the public transportation, etc., home offices, flexibility, all that stuff like that, the company culture, the contract terms. Another point, give a salary range. When your job interview involves discussing salary position, another point for preparation is knowing your salary expectation. Sometimes job applications will already require to state this, but this can change once you learn more in detail about what the job requires and what other benefits are. Not that it will take at least 4 interviews before you receive a work contract in German. So use these interviews to learn as much about the job as possible in order to provide the correct salary range. The correct salary range depends on the job, and you can find more information on this topic at Glassdoor and many other job banks. Another point, have patience. Patience is truly important in Germany because most companies are not quick, to make hiring decisions. After you have your interviews, the interviewer may state a time frame they will provide you some feedback and surpass the state. But don't fret. If this happens, it's a good idea to check in with your contract there. You never know who falls ill, who went on holiday, and what other priority issues that will arise that can cause delays. Tip number 4. Start applying for jobs from your home country. Now that you get the job seeker visa, start to apply while in your home country and start to get the feel how their interview process feel like. Who knows, you can secure some on-site interviews or a job which will be waiting for you in Germany. So start to visit job portals and company websites. Many German companies publish their vacancies directly on their website. Use these sites. The first that I have for you, LinkedIn. This is my personal favorite. This is your main profile and the biggest chance to introduce yourself. I spent many hours taking care of it over the years, and it really worked well for me. You know what? When I get serious about my job search, I usually upgrade to premium to be able to send in more messages, see who visited me, and be more visible if I apply to jobs through LinkedIn. Another one, Honeypot. Honeypot is different and nice because companies apply to you instead. So their Honeypot has 4 stages in the process of creating a profile. 1, So the first stage, you create a profile. So it's a chance to tell Honeypot what you want in your next role, and it takes less than 5 minutes. And then the second stage, complete Honeypot screening. So pass the Honeypot screening and take an optional call with your talent success advisor, who positions you to receive the best offers. And then the third stage, become visible and get offers. Become visible on Honeypot so that companies can find your profile and make you offers with salary and other benefits. And then the fourth stage, get hired. That's where you get interview with companies that interested in you and choose the one that you like the best. And then there's Glassdoor. The good about Glassdoor, you get to see companies' reviews from current and previous employees, interview questions, and many other things. So there's another one, Berlin Startup for jobs. Depending on the city you're interested in, you can find a more specific website like the one for Berlin. And then there's Stack Overflow. I really love their overview and their detailed job description with salaries and other perks. And then there's last, Zing, which you also create a Zing account. Many open job or advice in German. Tip number 5, practice basic German. As I indicated in the first episode, knowing German language, it is an important qualification. If you have only a sketchy knowledge of German, this is not the end of the world, but you should aim, to make good progress as quickly as possible. This will also help you in your private lives while staying in German. It will be great to learn how to make simple inquiries in speaking, writing, and to give instruction. So for German languages levels, they are A1 to A2, B1, and C, etc., etc. So A1 is basically the basic grammar skill, and then A2 is to learn how to express yourself sufficiently in everyday situations and to read and to understand simple text. Then if you're willing, to move to B1, where you'll be learning how to lead discussion, interesting topics, reading and writing and discussing difficult topics and work-related issues. So A1 and A2, that's what I did when I was staying in German. Even though at work we're using English, as it was an international compound with over 50 nationalities, but it really helped me in my private life, like going to the markets and some social gatherings, and I learned that from the classes which were being organized by my organization, Thumbs Ups to European Computer Telecoms. In addition, as an expert, you should be independent, open, and willing, to engage with the German culture. Tip number 6, start to research your landing city in German. So selecting the city that you are going to start a job search from is also very important, as Germany, it's huge, with many big cities which specialize, with different industry. There are around 79 cities in Germany. For example, for some of the cities, the likes of Berlin, which is the German capital city, the home to huge and global recognized companies, which are amongst the biggest employees in the globe. So Munich, the largest city in the state of Bavaria, Munich is a hub for potential employees. The city enjoys a strong international profile in the industry sector, particularly in engineering and innovative technology. It is also the city that I first landed for my job in Germany. This city, it's really beautiful. I really missed it, and it has a lot of stuff that you can enjoy while working there. And I learned a lot about German culture and many things that you can learn while staying in that city. So you can check it out as well. So more videos about the cities in Germany and tech opportunities in each city, such as Frankfurt, Hamburg, the list goes on and on, are coming soon. Just watch the space. My bonus tip, confidence in your own abilities. Well, this is maybe the most important point. Trusting yourself, self-confidence, self-position in your abilities and your gut feelings. It is easy to get depressed when searching or looking for a job. As job hunting comes with its fair share of disappointments and rejections, but it is important to keep it in mind that there is a perfect job waiting for you right there. List your abilities and read them to yourself every morning. And even if you do get rejected, say, good, what can I learn from this? Keep a positive mindset, and no matter how hard, you'll be able to find your dream job. I assure you. Another thing, keep away from negative people and engage in a social circle that shares honest support and constructive feedback. Thank you so much for watching this video up to this end. As always, keep on skiing in the tech world.